How do you know that you're starting to get there compared with how you were working at QTS Plus or the induction phase? Like, what's happening that's telling you that you're starting to become highly effective?
So for me, I think encouraging self-reflection in the students is really important. So for example, towards the end of last term, the students completed a mock exam. Following that, I created a sort of sheet for them to work their way through. It was called a reflection on mock exam form, or ROAM, as we ended up calling it. But it gave the students a chance, as we were working through it together, for them to rate their understanding, so to say whether their understanding of the question was red, amber or green, so that I had that information to understand what they knew, what they didn't know, what they could do, what they couldn't do, and then also for them to note down what went well for them, what they felt went well, and then what they could do to be even better next time. So based on my feedback, leading from the front, walking through that mock, giving them the official answers, what did they think that they could have done to be even better next time? So that's definitely something that I've noticed in my own practice, working towards highly effective practice is definitely allowing my learners to become more efficient in their own right.
And again, there's a similar situation myself where I've kind of moved away from that instruction of me telling my learners what to do. I'm getting them to think more metacognitively, where my GCSE classes have done a past paper test, and for me it's not a focus of the grade, and I made this explicitly clear with them, because you kind of have, from research, you're two types of people from psychology. You have your NATs, who are your not to avoid failure, and then you have your NACs then, who are need to achieve. Now the need to avoid failures, they will kind of see a task and see it as, well, if I didn't, kind of built in excuses. So if they have failed in a test, or they haven't done as well as they like, they've got built-in excuses to justify the reasons why. Whereas your need to achieves are really, they don't mind failure, and they see it as an opportunity now to challenge themselves and try and improve ready for next time. So that's, in terms of psychology, I learned that from the research as well. And again, I'm still using research, I'm still evolving, and I'm sure, 100% sure that I will do that 20 years into my teaching career as well. I'm still looking to be innovative and looking for new studies all the time. But again, it's not a focus on the grade for me. It was their first past paper test, and for me it was looking at stuff like, right, how was the timings, the exam techniques, do we understand the exam techniques, was the revision tools that they have learnt in our lessons leading up to this, did that revision tool work for them? So if it was a flashcard, was that an effective revision tool for them? If it wasn't, then next time we'll try a different revision tool, maybe a mind map, or maybe mnemonics. So for example, Hitler's Rise to Power is quite a funny one, whereas they use the mnemonic Pretty Purple Penguins Dancing with Sharks. And again, it's the P stand for propaganda, personal appeal of Hitler, political scheming, depression, weakness of the Weimar, and the SA. Now again, by condensing them factors down, you see learners then, when they might do their mind maps or they might do their flashcards, you might see them draw a pretty purple penguin dancing with a shark. So for me, it's a case of hand over to them and them self-reflecting, did this revision tool work for me? If it didn't, that's fine. We're going to try a different revision tool moving forward, and then we'll see the impact on that then, and we'll see the changes. Okay, was there a change? If there wasn't, we'll try a different one again then, and we'll keep doing that until they find the revision tool that suits them. So again, it's just training and developing them up then through these past paper tests.
Yeah, it's really interesting you mentioned metacognition, because I think that empowering the student, and by explicitly teaching them how they learn best and how to think almost, is really, well, teaching them to be a lifelong learner, is teaching them beyond the classroom, beyond the experience that they're having with you. And I think that's definitely part of the journey to becoming the best teacher that you can be, is making sure that that learner is able to be independent.